Hi, my dearest friends. How are you doing today? I'm so excited because now I have an live interview with my student, Nicholas. Nicholas lives in London, so that's a great honor to have you, Nicholas, today as a guest. So join my live. Goals of theirs.
Hello.
Okay. Hi, Nicholas. Good to
Okay.
see
Yes.
you, but you
All
need
right.
to turn around your camera or yeah, like
Very well,
this.
thank you. Very, very well,
Perfect.
thank you.
Perfect. How are you doing today? You look fabulous, bright. Very good. I'm so happy that you joined our course. So tell me and our audience more about your
Well,
goals. What brought you to
well,
the
my
course, first of all,
journey
when you decided
starts
to
from
start
me
this journey?
being obsessed with self-development, and I'm extremely passionate about it. So I wanted to put myself out there, and I said to myself, what's an easy way for me to put myself out there is via social media. I haven't got the expertise that are required to do so because I'm pretty ignorant. I'm pretty old school, you know. I like to read the books, yeah. And so I'm not very technological. So I said, if I
Yeah.
learn this, this is pretty something pretty simple that can help me build my journey, you know.
Yeah. Is it simple now once you join the class, once you maybe saw a few classes of our course, does it seem like easy for
I
you
always
or
say to
it's quite
people,
a
it's
bit of
only as
a
hard as you
work,
make
hard work?
it. So so it's Yeah, so I mean,
That's
it's
true.
you are your own
Sounds like
enemy. You're fighting
motivational
yourself
book.
every day on a daily basis. From whatever you do and you say or you think is the result of what will come.
Mhm. What about your own experience, your own life? Let's talk about what brought you to this obsession of self-development. Usually, people struggle with some things and something went wrong, and then you decided to stop that and to go to and
Well, my
went through
breakthrough
this.
essentially
So,
was
what was your
okay.
breakthrough?
I was going to school when I was 16, and I had a car accident. I was run over at the bus stop waiting for the bus, and I went in a coma. So when I woke up from the coma, I said I don't want to live the life that I was living before, and it's been a gradual journey from since 10 years. I mean, I've been intensifying it for the last year and a half, but I've been on the self development journey since 10 years from when I recovered from my accident, from being in the hospital and recovering from
Wow.
my operation and my moving my hand and the brain damage and stuff like that, to more current and becoming a life coach and working on my communication skills and applying for this and actually doing actions toward my success that will build my person in the future.
That that's a shocking and just like very touching information because usually I tell my students, and that's true, we never prepare the questions for the interviews. That's why everything what's going on live is going on live because you need to know these fresh emotions and experience fresh emotions. So am I. I am experiencing very shocking emotions because you never told me about that. But what was the reason of that coma
No,
again?
it was
Is
a
it an
car
accident
accident. I
or
was run
like
over
the
at the bus
disease or
stop. I was waiting
what
for
happened?
the bus to go to school, and a jeep ran me over. It was me and another three people. So, but it's okay, you know.
Oh
It's
my
this is the best thing that
goodness.
could ever happen to me, because if this hadn't happened to me, I probably wouldn't have had that breakthrough in my life. Yeah,
Wow.
now
But
it's 10 years
how
ago.
long was it ago? You told you were
Yeah.
16, 10 years ago now. Okay, so that's a huge journey. So now you should start with that because usually when people come across to our course as well, they usually tell me the same. I want to be the motivational coach. And sometimes the strange and really difficult story stands behind that idea, but sometimes
Thank you.
it doesn't. So that is why you definitely need to bring that to the audience. And I'm happy that we made the first step today. So maybe you could be even the coach. First of all, we need to choose the audience. Maybe some,
Yeah.
you know, like teenagers would be your audience for the first time. But it's my suggestion. What is your opinion? What is the
Well,
main audience
it's
for
funny
your
that you mentioned this,
blog
because
or
when I
channel?
did my
Yeah.
course to become a life coach, I had to figure out my niche, and my niche is, they said, choose something that relates to you. So what's something that relates to me? People that have had young people that have had hardships in life, that are struggling to find their purpose, and that I can easily coach because I've lived a similar journey. So essentially, we're on the same wavelength. So I mean, it's wow, like, oh.
See? That's a very good, because I'm a professional. Don't forget that. I'm joking, but actually, yeah. So that is what I see, because usually when people say, many women especially, they say to me, I am like 35, 45 years old, and it's too late for me. And I am obsessed with this decision to help them to open their eyes. Like, what is too late? You definitely need to just to choose the audience and then start talking on that audience. So, what is the main advice now you can give our audience who are like 15, 16 years old, who are struggling with finding themselves, finding the niche for their future profession? What is the main advice?
Well,
Where to start this
you
self
just said it
development journey?
yourself. Where to start? Just start somewhere, because if they start, they at least they're already halfway through the process. Then, of course, you have to have a sort of an idea. But if you start, you're already closer to figuring it out than if you stay there not doing anything, bitch and complain and moan all the time.
Wow. You know, I usually have one assignment for my students of TV presenters course, because we all are from different countries. We all are from different ideas. We came from there. That is why I usually give them some similar assignments, like to create a monologue, to create a video about some goals and philosophical topics. And one of those topics are, what is the decision that you regret doing
Well,
in the
I
past? What
because of
about you?
this, I
How
was
would
going
you
to get there
answer
soon.
this
You beat me
question?
to it. Apparently, you're too good. Uh, yeah, the purpose of my journey, my self development journey, is proper to live life without any regrets. I have a lot of rows with my mum and a lot of battles because she sees life different to me, and she doesn't understand that regret is worse than failure. Because at least failure, at least you've put yourself out there and you tried. Regret is that,
Yeah.
oh, I wish I'd done that, and you haven't done it. So I'd rather fail and build my success through failure than regretting. I want to experience everything in life, and I want to do it because I know that I have the power to do it. And but on the same token, I know that I can't do it alone. I need. That's why I want to build a conglomerate of people that are willing to change themselves, and only together we can change the world.
Uh, and I'm sure you convinced yourself in that idea, because in the group, in the class, we usually gather those people together, and they start developing other people from different points and different sides and different industries, expertise. For example, art, music, some self
My
development as
role
well.
model,
What is
my
your
role
role
model
model? Who is your role model? What is the
is
idea?
well, if I have to say, there isn't an actual person that's a role model. It's a mixture of people. But my role model, what I base myself on every time, is that I'm sick and tired to the point that I felt poisoned. That's another reason why I left Italy, because I felt poisoned and I wanted to shift. And I thought that in Italy this is not the place to shift because of the mentality they have and the belief they have and everything. And considering, I said nobody wants to help me. Screw them. I'll do it myself. I'll leave and I'll figure it out myself. And if I have to give one a piece of advice, be curious, because the curiosity helps you develop this winning mentality and this self-development mentality. Be curious about even the smallest things, even if they look stupid. If you sound stupid, you know how you feel in those moments, and because you believe it to be true, it's true. So just don't listen to other people's opinions.
I think that idea, that advice fits everyone, because you speak, it sounds like if you speak to teenagers, but actually if you speak to middle-aged people or whoever, they all struggle some things with some things about that. That's why this advice will definitely hit the goal. But as for my
Yeah.
question, being a
Do
journalist,
your
I will
digging. Go on.
go
Do your
straight to the
digging.
point as well one more time. And what if you, yeah, what if you should choose just one person? Maybe you could choose several, but according to like in a self-development or self-motivation, the best for me is like Tony Robbins or
Ah,
Oprah Winfrey.
okay. Well,
What
names
names would
from
you
the caliber to
definitely highlight
from the
here?
Grant Cardone to my mentor Calvin Coyles to the godfather of self development Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, Les Browney, all these people. You know,
Okay.
there's not one single. They're all good at whatever. It's down to you who you choose to follow, who you think has the strongest message.
It seems to me the main idea of coaching and self-development is transformation. What transformation was the, like
Well,
the main
I'm very
transformation
action
for you?
based,
What have you
so
done already so far?
I like to back up my words with actions. If I say that I'm going to become a life coach, I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I know I'm going to become a life coach. And at the end of the day, so that's what I base myself on a lot. I'm a lot of action based, and yeah, and that's my that I made that my go to whenever I do anything in life, from the smallest actions to the most intense. I'm action based because I was fit because Italian people tend to be a lot of they speak a lot and then they just talk because they want to show themselves as nice people. But you know, it's for me, you know, as they say, actions speak louder than words, you know. So I've I'm literally tired. I'm here
Yeah,
in Italy right now
for
because
sure.
I have the right I have the place where I can work calmly and securely, where I'm in a safe spot right now, and as soon as I've done, I'm going to go back to England. So yes.
But tell me about these
Okay.
destinations. Why England? Why
Okay,
did you
because
choose London? Remind
when I
us
woke up from the
about your
coma, I
story.
had to go through a period of learning to speak again. So I went to a speech doctor, and my
Okay.
speech was all right. My mental speech and the way I processed the word was all right, but the articulations of the word was a bit struggling. I was struggling with it. So and I'd forgotten some words of English because I speak English with my dad and Italian with my mum. So I said, what would be if I want to leave here? What would be a place where I can speak good English and I pick it up again? So I said England. And then I've got my grandmother that lives in England too. So I'm not alone. I got family and relatives that live in England. So I said I'll go to England, and then once I'm there, I can travel around the world. Once I build some knowledge and expertise, and I learn about different cultures, I can go around the world and I can travel. You know. So yeah.
By the way, I adore your desire to speak different languages. I am shocked, but actually, uh, literally yesterday, I spoke to my student and we discussed. She is like speaking about neuro hacking or something like that, about the brain work. And we spoke and we decided, and I really learned about that before, that only speech, like how when you learn languages, when you learn how to speak different languages, not only cultures but literally languages, rules, grammar, it
Yeah,
develops your
definitely,
brain.
definitely.
Do you feel
It put. I mean,
this
I'm a
really
very
you too?
reflective person. I reflect a lot, and I think about when I do things. Like when I learn new language, it's a motivation for me to see that as a reflection of when I do the work. Because sometimes I procrastinate. It happens to me as well. I'm not perfect. I procrastinate, and I think to myself, oh, I have a conversation with you, let's say I say "privyet," I say some words in language in other languages, and I say, "Oh, so you learned that language? Why are you procrastinating here? So it's like a driver. All the things I do in my life, they're all small triggers that push me to do better, to better myself. And then considering I've had the blessing, of learning 2 languages fluently. For me, this is easier for me to learn languages. Yes, I'm a mother tongue Italian
These
and
two
English, and
languages
I'm
are
learning
Italian and
Brazilian
English, right?
Portuguese. I speak a little bit of Spanish, very little Greek, and some words of Russian and other languages. Un
You
petit
need
peu.
to
I know a
learn
little bit of
French,
French
it seems to
because
me. It will be
because
the new
basically
challenge for you.
middle school
Oh,
I did Spanish because in Italy you have middle school, and then high school I did French, so it was a bit confusing for me. But you know, the languages, I speak them
well,
more than I write them. I struggle to write some languages compared to others, but most of them, all of them, I speak them better. I speak in a better way than I write them.
but luckily
Da.
we're here especially to speak, not to write. Once you will write a book, that's the reason, yeah, when you will write. But here we are to speak. So my almost the last question is about our previous week topic is archetypes. I definitely see a great benefit of this topic because people see their potential from different sides.
Well,
What about you? What do
the
you
best
feel about the
archetype is the
archetype? What is the
authentic
best one for you?
archetype. When you get to a point in your life where you can recognize what you are and how you relate to people, and because I believe that in essence, the 3 archetypes, every person has these 3 archetypes. There's not one or what everybody experiences these archetypes on a different level.
Yeah.
You just have to know which one you're more comfortable with, and in your person, what kind of person reflects you the most. But I usually, whenever I speak, I've gathered the information that was very useful information that you gave me about the archetypes. But usually, whenever I speak, I try to be myself as best as I can, because that's the main reason why I can do so
Absolutely.
much self-development work, because that's my authentic self calling. You know, when I hear the voice that pushes me, it's my authentic self speaking to me and saying you've got to be your authentic self. So when you communicate, you've got to put your knowledge and expertise into place and know that you can do certain things and say certain things, and analyze the scenario, people you're speaking to, and as well also. So it's all a conglomerate of things, and also it doesn't come down to just the things that I said. Also, the preparation is important. You have to be willing to put yourself out. That's why I said take action, because if you take action, it doesn't matter what you do. Eventually, taking action after day after day after day, the preparation will come. It's nature. It's a process of nature. It's one of the laws of nature. You know, if you just do it constantly, eventually it will click, and you'll get good at it. It doesn't matter. I'm not expecting you to take 2 days, but I'm expecting you to take 5 to 10 years, because that's how long it requires.
And that's my next question, especially. That sounds fantastic. So my next question and the last question is, what is your main like goal or even promise for yourself for the next, like a strategy for the next 6 months, like half of the year? What do you like? What do you
Well,
want to achieve in
I would like
media
to
during the
be
next
on the
half of
face
the
of a
year?
television, so much so that I would like to become a public speaker, and I would like to share my story and bring some insights to the world, create some awareness, because we're in a situation nowadays where people lack of awareness big time, and we need some awakening. You know? And I believe that I can do my part to awaken people, and me together with other people, we can make a change. You know. Definitely,
I will be
definitely,
one of
definitely,
those people, and
definitely.
I hope so. Fingers crossed for that to happen. Definitely. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining today. I will not
Okay.
say goodbye because we will meet in 5 minutes in our next class over Zoom. And for those who want to change their life, follow Nicholas for now, and you will see. And I hope, I believe that Nicholas will definitely
Thank you
motivate you
for the
for
opportunity.
different
You're a
kind of
blessing,
actions
and
that you
I'll see you
definitely
soon.
need now.
See you. You
Thank
too.
you. See you. Have a great day. Have a
Yep.
great class, and see